Hello, everybody. My name is Stacy. I'm with Wholesale Warranties, and today I am joined by Bryan and Luann of Streets Wander. They are full-time RVers, and they recently purchased a new RV, so we are going to chat with them today about that whole process and all of the fun and sometimes frustrating things that go along with that. So Bryan and Luann, thank you so much for being here.
We're so glad you asked us. Thank you.
Awesome. So do you want to share a little bit about Streets Wander and kind of what you guys do as full-time RVers?
Sure. You want to do it or me?
Go ahead, you.
Okay. Okay, so our blog is Where the Streets Wander, and we started it as full-time RVers because when we wanted to go full-time, there wasn't a lot of information out there on how to design like the RV life that you want to live and how to do it full-time. And so we started our blog to encourage and inspire other RVers to break free of the 9-to-5 before they retire and get on the road and do it while they can and not wait for retirement.
Perfect. I love that. It is it's hard for us here at Wholesale Warranties to sit at our desks and watch all of your amazing travels and all of the bloggers we work with. So we are all jealous of that full-time life. You guys are really making it seem like the choice. So
yeah,
it is.
It's really nice. It's nice to wake up in different places and still have your home with you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So to everyone watching, again, we're going to go through some questions about the RV buying process. So feel free to share any questions that you have for Bryan and Luann, or share your tips or ask for tips on looking for an RV because it is quite a process. So we established your full-timers. How long have you been on the road?
3 years.
3 years. Amazing.
Full-time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And this recent RV, so that's not your first RV purchase. What was the first RV you owned?
We had our first one was a Georgetown. It was a Class A. We bought that
In 2014.
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah, so we bought that one. We bought it used, and Forest River Georgetown motorhome, and we really didn't look at fifth wheels. We kind of knew we wanted a motorhome when we went into the process. So we bought that one used, and we were not full-time. It was more for, getting on the road for vacations and weekends and becoming our vacation home.
Trying to figure out every opportunity to use it, get out on the road.
Perfect. And so when you started to go into researching that vehicle and up to now to your most recent purchase, is it just like a lot of online research? Did you go and look at a lot of units? What's your process there?
A lot of shows, a lot of RV shows. When you walk in and out of RVs, you get a feel for, how they're built, how well the construction is on them. And the biggest thing for us was we wanted to find a good company that would back it.
Mm-hmm.
That
service.
was, as far as the service is concerned, and we think we did, and that was the biggest part of our decision was once we found a good manufacturer and they had, really good service, that really narrowed the playing field way down.
Yeah, and then all we had to do was pick a model and floor plan.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's the more fun stuff, right?
Right.
What you're going to be living in.
That's right.
So what kind of features in that floor plan, what's the most important thing that you were looking for that makes full-time living really easy for you?
A washer and dryer.
I understand that. In San Diego, that is a rare thing to find. So washer dryer is a coveted thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't have full-timed without one. That was how strongly I felt about it. So.
Yeah, I think we also have the model we have has 4 slides on it. It really helps on the inside as far as making you feel like you got more room.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Yeah.
That's helpful.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And so you guys work from the road. Do you have like a kind of an office set up in your RV? Did you find a spot for that?
In the RV that we had right before we bought this one, we had outfitted like a desk area and things. And in this one, we've more decided that one of us is going to sit at the dinette, and then the other one sits in one of the captain's chairs, and we have a pop-up table that, in fact, that's Bryan's space, and he uses that for where his computer is. So it's worked out really well.
Just make it work.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's just adapting to what you have available. So that's amazing.
Right.
So this recent purchase, was that a private party or a dealership purchase?
It was a dealership.
And it's new, right?
Brand new. Yeah.
Brand new.
Brand new. Amazing. That's exciting.
Yeah, it was.
So when you went to get that, did you have an inspection or anything on it, or did you do a walkthrough with the dealership?
We didn't have an inspection because it was a new unit, but you know, they do give you a walkthrough when you purchase it, you know, to explain everything to you. And I think we bought it new because we could add a few more options to it that way. You know, get the way we wanted it.
And prior to buying this RV, we actually had talked about, because I know we're talking about warranties today also, you know, so buying it and then warrantying it. The one that we had prior was a used rig that we toyed around with getting the warranty because you guys are so great about offering that on used vehicles already so that you can protect your investment. But we knew going in when buying the new one that we were going to start off right at the bat to make this decision to put a warranty on it. So there's that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of, a lot of people will wait until after the manufacturer warranty, but kind of locking that extended warranty in. And I'm sure when you worked with our warranty specialist, they went through this with you. You get your best price and your longest term and all of that stuff right up front. So it's good to go with it.
It made amazing sense. I mean, it just was kind of a no-brainer when you really look at it from the number side. So
perfect. Amazing. So what about negotiating prices? Did you guys, I know you've had a couple of RVs now. Do you haggle on the price? Do you have any tips for that?
Well, we bought this one. It was discounted quite a bit from the dealership. And one of the things we did is we knew going in there was certain things we wanted to add to it. Mm-hmm. So like we wanted solar added to the roof. So we went ahead and added that to it at that point. And we added a couple other options, and I believe the dealer threw in all the labor for free.
Yeah, we negotiated that part. If you know going in, you've got the price that you know is fair, you know, after you've done your due diligence and looked around and even compared dealer to dealer, even if it's a dealer not in your area, and find out what they're selling for. And then of course, the blue book, I don't know if we call that in the RV, but you know, whatever the price could
the NADA guides, yeah,
there you go. Mm-hmm. And so from there, we knew that price going in was good, but then to get that little bit of edge, we did negotiate in that little bit of extras in order to make it a really good deal. So that's a tip that I recommend people trying to do, is try to get the dealer to include the things that you want to add, if not for completely free, at least for discounted, so that you can find more value there.
Perfect. Yeah, that's an amazing tip, especially when you know you want to have those special add-ons going into the purchase. Yeah, that's perfect. Research ahead of time really helps.
Yes.
Awesome. So you're liking the new rig? You guys are settling in quite well?
Oh yeah, we love it. The hardest thing, absolutely, and I had no idea that this was going to be this way, but moving from one RV into another was way harder than we thought it was going to be.
I was thinking about that. That's a tough way to go about it.
Yeah, I mean, the dealer was great, and he pulled up the old one right next to the new one, and we just went down the stairs and up the stairs and down the stairs and up the stairs. But it took forever. I mean, we were so tired, and it was very unexpected for it to be as hard as it was.
We really underestimated that one.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
That makes sense. Was the size about the same? So did you have to get rid of anything or find new spots for any of the stuff you wanted to bring over?
The size is about the same. The one we bought now, we bought just a little bit shorter, make it a little easier getting into a lot of the campgrounds we want to go into.
Yeah, so we knew going in, before we took the rig down to move from one to the other, we had already downsized things that we knew we had, it had been on the road, and we're like, we haven't used that for so long, and so we got rid of that prior to going down and moving. So we really did kind of just exchange space, and so that made it easier there. I can't imagine the guy who helped us with the move. He said that so many times people would come and they would do the same thing, and they would leave boxes of stuff that they would have to get rid of because they couldn't make it fit.
If you're just joining us, just to recap real quickly, my name is Stacey. I'm with Wholesale Warranties. I'm talking with Luann and Bryan from Where the Streets Wander. We're talking about their recent RV purchase, their life on the road, and then now we're going to dive into some information on they did get an extended warranty with us. How was that process of looking into the extended warranty? I know you worked with one of our warranty specialists.
Well, I'm the one that started the process because we actually, on the rig that we had in the middle of the other two, the one we traded to move into this one, we were starting to have things go wrong with it. And, you know, $1,000 here, $1,000 there. And, you know, in the matter of 2 or 3 months, you're like, whoa, you know, that's a huge impact on your savings and your income. So we, I had reached out and had talked to Missy, and we started the process together of going over all the things that, actually it wasn't Missy, it was, anyway, I can't remember her name, but thank you, whoever you are.
We have a great staff. They're all amazing.
Yeah, she was amazing, and she answered all our questions. And so I went back and I was trying to tell Bryan, we really should do this, you know, this is the price. And of course, you know, it's an investment, but so is your RV, right? And so he's like, oh, well, maybe, you know, that's a lot of money. We don't really want to do that right now. And I'm like, yeah, but let's look at this more closely. And he had all these questions. So I called back and I said, look, and I said, I want to put you on speaker. I said, my husband's got a lot of questions. And she was so patient and just worked through all the stuff with us. And I think the big thing for us too was that we didn't want to feel scammed. When you go buy an RV and you sit there, if you're going through a dealer, at the end, at the sale, they try to get you into an extended warranty. Now, you have no idea what that warranty really does. It just sounds like a great idea. Sure, you know, you can roll it into your financing. It's a no-brainer. But if you think about it, if you have to go back to a certain repair facility, that's just insane. You're full-time. You're in Washington State. You got to have something fixed, and you bought it in Florida, and you can't, you know. So that whole cross coverage was a huge deal to us. And we also didn't want to feel, like I said, kind of scammed on it. Like, here it is, but it doesn't. You know, it covers everything except the thing that broke.
Right.
So
yeah.
We really put our person through the ringer with the questions about what do you cover, what don't you cover. And I really like that about you guys, is that you lay it out there. This is the stuff we don't cover, black and white, period. Anything else we do. And it was eye-opening. It was a really, really great experience.
Yeah, she was real helpful in answering all the questions. And I think for us, when we look back at how much money we really put in our other RV in repairs, it was a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, right. It really was.
It adds up really quick. And we see the claims come through every day on all of the customers that we cover. And it's pretty crazy, labor costs going up and all of that. So it certainly does add up quickly. And glad that you got that educational experience. We are really committed we want people to understand what is and is not covered. Because I think the reason most people hate warranties is, like, I always think of the phone warranties. The reason your phone breaks is never the reason that you're allowed to get a replacement through a warranty.
Exactly.
And mostly people just don't understand what they're getting when they get it. So that educational experience is what Wholesale Warranties is all about.
Yes. Yeah, well, it was great. And I even at the deal, because we knew we were doing this, at the final deal at closing, and we were signing the paperwork, and the guy tried to sell us a warranty. And I said, no. I said, we're going with Wholesale Warranties. Well, what are they covering? And I told them, and he's like, for what price? And I said, and I told him, and he goes, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we're good. Thank you.
Yeah. We love to hear that. That's the experience we're here to offer. So that's amazing.
No, it was great, and it took him back. So yeah.
Perfect. Have you guys had to use the warranty yet?
Not yet. No.
No, since we're in our first year, you know, we're still under manufacturer. Yeah. So I mean, anytime an RV moves, even if they're brand new, there's stuff that goes wrong. So we we took our RV right to the manufacturer. And with the one that we picked, they have great service, and you can go there and they do everything. So anything that wasn't done right when it rolled off the lot, they took care of, and it's an amazing experience. And we really feel really good. Like we've stacked or hedged our bets, so to speak. We've got a great manufacturer, but then things go wrong with your RV, but then we've covered it with your warranty. And I think that we feel really good about the whole thing. Yeah,
that's a good 1-2 punch. So you did run into some issues right off the lot there, some shakeout issues that the manufacturer took care of for you?
Oh yeah. I mean, like we got a fireplace. It didn't even light. So, immediately.
That's an important part.
So, that expectation of new versus used, you can talk about that all day long. But, it still happens on a brand new rig. They haven't been used. So they haven't figured out. They don't have a technician go through and open every drawer and make sure it's sliding correctly, or,
little things.
Little things, nothing major, but
these being all handmade,
right.
Things are going to need adjusting.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, part of our process here when we bring on new employees is we watch a video of how an RV is built. And it is pretty crazy to see all of the stuff that goes into it, and that a lot of it is really just handmade. So you got to kind of expect some of those shakeout issues.
Yeah. Well, they're a rolling earthquake, right?
Yes, exactly. So what is your top piece of advice you would give to someone that's looking to buy a new RV, whether it's their first RV or their third? What's like the number one thing you'd recommend?
I'd say research a good manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
From there, you can pick what model would suit you best. But if you got somebody really good backing it, that's probably the most important thing I can think of.
That and the dealer. Because if you're going to use the dealer for your service, because if you're not full time, you're not going to drive across 3 states to go get your RV worked on necessarily. So knowing if you're buying from a local dealer, understand what their service process is and how they're going to take care of you, and what their reviews are on Google and everywhere else. What are people saying about them? So
yeah, that RVer experience, that research is really important. I found that the RV community really shares their experience, whether it's with warranties or manufacturers or campgrounds. The information is out there if you go look for it.
It is.
And if you're first time buying, really go to some big shows and walk in every model there.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. You get a feel for how they're built.
I mean, I had my heart set on this one model. I mean, I was like, oh, this is it. We found it. This is great. And we walked over to the other side of the place, and we walked in an RV, and I'm like, I looked at the price, and I was like, this one feels so much better than the other one. Like just immediately walking in, and we wouldn't have known that if we had just stuck with one thing or been stuck on one feature that you think you have to have. I think it's really important to iron those things out when you're shopping for one.
That makes a lot of sense. And it's fun. We've been out to shows and just walking through all of the different models and seeing the crazy stuff that is available in an RV, like fireplaces, washer and dryers, and things that you wouldn't imagine. A really fun experience.
Yeah,
it is.
It is fun. In fact, we kind of missed that. Because we don't.
The dangerous thing is if you keep doing it, you'll end up wanting a new one in a year.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. So kind of just getting back to your general RV life, what is your favorite thing about full-time living?
Oh, that it takes 30 minutes to clean the whole RV.
That's a good point.
No, I think for me it'd be wherever we travel, we got our home.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It's
our bed.
Your bed. It's a nice feeling.
Sure.
You set up somewhere and you're having a great time. You get to come home every night.
Yeah. Amazing. Is there a top travel destination, a place that you've been that's your number one?
So far has been, of course, you can't take the RV to Mackinac Island, Michigan, but the Upper Peninsula and the northern Michigan, that whole area was exceeded our expectations.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a really good spot. Not one you hear about Florida so much, and then the Southern California deserts and stuff in the winter, but some really beautiful places up north too.
Yes, it was very surprising. I mean, we were so in love with Michigan, but we kept looking at each other going, but it snows here like a lot.
There you go. The benefit of RVing, it can be your home for a little while and not when it's snowing.
Right.
Yeah, we like Florida too, but getting away from Florida in the summers.
Oh yeah.
Key.
Yeah. Gets a little crowded.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. So if somebody wants to learn more about you guys and follow your full-time journey, where can we find Where Streets Wander?
At streetswander.com. And we also have designed a travel planner just for RVers. You can find that at rvtravelplanner.com.
Perfect. Love it. And if you're interested in Wholesale Warranties, you can find us at wholesalewarranties.com. You can also text Wholesale to 474747. Easy way to get a quote. Bryan and Luann, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been amazing. If anybody's watching this after the live and you have questions, comments, anything you'd like to share, we'll definitely follow up with Bryan and Luann. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer them after the live as well. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.